Tate McRae, So Close to What, album review. Let's talk about it.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we are at the end. Oh my lord, we're at the fucking end. Holy shit. I mean, I've been having such a week. You know, ever since last Thursday night, I've been listening to Tate McRae for 4 or 5 days straight now. Guys, I stayed up until 4 a.m. to listen to this album, and there's even some bonus songs that I bought, so I got the bonus songs, so we'll talk about those too, how I feel about the bonus tracks too. So we got a lot to talk about, guys. Before we get into this, though, I have to tell my album review format, because you might be new here. You might not know what we do album reviews for. How we do album reviews in this show, we're going to go over 3 overall points of how I'm feeling about the album. And, we're going to go over all those points. And then, after those 3 points, we're going to be reviewing every single track off the album. We're going to be rating it 1 out of 5. And then at the end, guys, we're going to be giving my overall album score and my final thoughts. So let's not waste any time. We got so much to talk about, guys. So, first point, So Close to What? I just want to say this. I really appreciate the variety of production on So Close to What. It really shows that there's so much love and care with this album. When I'm listening to this album, guys, when I'm enjoying this album, one of the things I'm really picking up is those background vocals. The background vocals of this album are one of the mainstays, in my opinion, one of the main shows. These R&B centric vocals that just go absolutely crazy in the background. And, then combine it with these instrumentals, these beats that feel like they're rising into your ears. They have so much build up to them. And they make it where you're listening to such an enjoyable experience. So, I really enjoy the instrumentals, the beats on this production. The production of the album, I think, in my opinion, is some of the best on here.
Can you feel it in the air? That sudden shift of mood? It's the perfect time to shed the winter blues and experience the revitalizing qualities of driving a Lincoln. It starts with the Lincoln Spring Sales Event. So step outside and visit your local Lincoln retailer or Lincoln.com for some seriously mood-enhancing offers on current and past Lincoln models. Your transformation awaits. Learn more at Lincoln.com.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
The best pop production, in my opinion, that I've listened to. I've listened to a lot of pop albums or songs that just don't really feel like they have a lot to them. This, though, I look at this and I go, ooh, this is fire. This is 100% fire. I think from track to track, I love how every track kind of transitions. Not really, they don't have transitions into them. It's not like The Weeknd, but I like how every song just has a little something to it. And I like how every song, has that beat switch, has that vocal switch up, has this, has that can really just make an enjoyable experience. So I just really enjoy the overall production of this album. I think it really shows that Tate McRae is definitely here to fucking stay. Definitely here to stay. I mean, she's already here. Let's just be real, guys. And I can't wait for what she cooks up in the future, because, if we are already getting stuff like this, we're getting stuff that has so much care and love to it, pop music that's actually fun to listen to, I mean, we could be having a generational run with this artist. I mean, let's just be real. Now, my next point, guys, let's talk about the features. How do the features stack up? There's only a couple of features. There literally is only a couple. Flo Milli and the Killer Roy. I'm going to say this. I'm glad that there is only just a couple of features, because sometimes features can ruin a song. Sometimes features can bog down a good track. Flo Milli had a pretty good verse, in my opinion. Flo Milli did her thing on here, and the Killer Roy was so good with his feature that I just wanted more. Wanted more from the Killer Roy. I mean, that's how crazy he was going. So I'm going to say this. The features of the album just absolutely hit, in my gosh darn dang opinion. But now let's move on to my final point, which is, how do I feel overall how Tate McRae was on this album? I'm going to say this. I think this album really shows how powerful Tate McRae can really sing. You know, when I'm on Twitter, scrolling on Twitter, or I'm listening to some music opinions or whatever saying Tate McRae can't sing, or, you know, Tate McRae can't dance, or, you know, I look at this stuff and I just go, are we listening to the same project? Are we listening to the same album? Because this album has so much to it. So much harmonizing vocals in the back. So many moments where Tate McRae is singing her ass off and going crazy. So many moments where she's flowing so well on these beats. Having these, you know, flow switch ups, having these beat switch ups, and, you know, delivering on that. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy to go crazy on a beat switch. It's not easy to go crazy on a beat. But Tate McRae goes crazy. She goes fucking crazy. She puts her all into it. And I think that's what's really missing in a lot of pop music these days. I'm saying these days. Well, let me just say these days. You know, we know the 2010 pop music was insane. But, you know, it's like I talk about, you know, Sabrina Carpenter, or I talk about, you know, Addison Rae, or I talk about all these, you know, people that, you know.
This episode is brought to you by Global X. Since 2008, Global X ETFs has been committed to empowering investors with unexplored, intelligent solutions. Global X specializes in exchange-traded funds that offer exposure to the artificial intelligence ecosystem, including themes like data centers, robotics, semiconductors, and cloud computing. To learn more about Global X's entire suite of ETFs, from covered calls, fixed income, emerging markets, and more, visit globalxetfs.com.
In a way, it ends where it begins.
Very insightful.
Thank you for sharing this Red Baron with us, Linda. It's so tasty, it makes me want to share something of my own. I didn't actually read the book.
Me neither.
I watched the movie last night.
I judged it by its cover.
I haven't read a book since middle school.
I'm secretly seeing 2 other book clubs.
And I can't even read.
I'm not really Gary. He just paid me to be here. Sharing Red Baron pizza can lead to more sharing.
What if an appliance emergency didn't have to be? If your appliances suddenly decided they were done, don't stress. Best Buy has you covered with a wide variety of major appliances from trusted brands, in stock and available now. So you don't have to worry about laundry piling up, refilling the fridge, or that big dinner party you're hosting. Because Best Buy has the knowledge and expertise to get you the right appliance for your home. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
Are trying to really sing their ass off, really trying to go crazy. And I think you just gotta, you know, give the support, man. I mean, you got artists like these that I think you should definitely be supporting, because these artists go crazy. These artists are putting in the work. These artists are actually putting in effort with their songs. So I really enjoy what Tate McRae did on this album, you know, going from track to track. I mean, before we even get into talking about every song, I just want to go over my favorite tracks personally. Sorry if I did that. I hit the mic, I think. My favorite track is Revolving Door. I think Revolving Door, I did a review of this. I gave this song a 10 out of 10, and I'm still going to stand by that 10 out of 10. I mean, I'm not changing my opinion on that. I think Revolving Door just has so much to it. I think, you know, from beat-wise, vocal-wise, everything just comes together with Revolving Door. The hook is so addicting. I think if you want an actual fun, really good, fun pop song, Revolving Door is definitely your song. And I'm going to say, and also another favorite that I didn't expect too, another favorite too is going to be, the Killer Roy song, I Know Love, featuring the Killer Roy. I think I Know Love has such an addicting hook. I think the verses are fun, and I had to keep replaying this song for the review. I had to keep replaying this album, so I kept hearing, this song over and over and over again. This song really grew on me. I really enjoyed this track too. Like I Do, I think Like I Do is one of the best, I think it's one of the best songs off the album. Like I Do just has so many, powerful vocals. There's just moments on Like I Do that just go fucking crazy. So these are my favorite tracks. And guys, let's move on. We gave my points. It's time to go over every single track. It's time to do it. Guys, we have 15 tracks, and we also have 3 bonus tracks that we'll talk about after we go over the main lineup. So, starting off with the first song, So Close to What? Let's start off with Miss Possessive. My bad. Miss Possessive is a really good song. I like the intro. I like the violin. I like how everything comes together with this song. This is a nice intro to the album. The hook is so good on this song too. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Two Hands is a really good song too. Verses are a little bit lacking, as we stack up with this album, but I really love the hook. I love the flow of the second verse too, how she just kind of switches her flow and goes crazy. Two Hands is definitely an easy 3 out of 5. Revolving Door is going to be a 5 out of 5. I'm just going to say it right here. You already know. It's my favorite song off the album. It's a fire song. Blood on My Hands featuring Flo Milli. This song is pretty good. I like the hook. Also like what Flo Milli did with her verse. She went crazy on here. I really like the instrumental too. And the Blood on My Hands hook is so addicting. I like that vocal switch up too. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Dear God's a banger song too. I think I did a review of this. I don't remember. But Dear God, I think in my opinion, just absolutely hits. That hook, man, Dear God will get stuck in your head. I mean, holy shit. 5 out of 5. Purple Lace Bra. This track too. For being a track that transitions from Dear God to Purple Lace Bra, holy shit. That transition alone is 5 out of 5. That's such a fire transition. We get the violin, and it's just so good. This song is good too. 4 out of 5. Sports Car is pretty good. As I kept listening to the song though, the hook is, I don't know if I really like the hook that much. It's the kind of whisper type hook thing with the sports car thing. But I do like the verses, so I'm going to give this an easy 3 out of 5. Signs is going to get a 3 out of 5 for me too.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
I like the hook though. The hook is really fire. The Signs hook really hits. I like the lyrics too. The lyrics are so fun too. I Know Love featuring the Killer Roy. This is an easy 4 out of 5 too. The Killer Roy feature was great. Tate McRae went crazy on the hook. Everything about this song is so fire. Like I Do too. Like I Do. We gotta talk about this song too. I think Like I Do is one of the best songs off the album. I think Like I Do, for that powerful vocal switch up at the hook and those R&B central background vocals just come rising in. I mean, holy shit, this song hits. 5 out of 5. It's Okay, I'm Okay. This hook, when I was listening to this song last night, because I had to replay the album, I forgot, we did a review of this a long time ago, but It's Okay, I'm Okay. That hook is so good. It's so addicting. It's so fun. The flow of the hook, too, how the beat slightly switches up, too. This is an easy 5 out of 5. No, I'm Not in Love. This track, too, this track is pretty good, too. I like the instrumental. I don't like the hook that much, though. I will admit, the hook is just kind of okay. So I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Means I Care. Means I Care. I do like the hook, but the verses are a little bit lacking, in my opinion. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5, too. Green Light, again, Green Light's one of those things where the hook is just not for me. I don't really like the hook that much, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5, too. Nostalgia, I hate to do this, but Nostalgia is, it's a good end to the album, so I'm not going to, rank it that, down bad. But, I am just going to have to give it a 2 out of 5. The intro, the end of the album is just the end of the album. It's okay. Now, before we move on, though, we do got some bonus songs, too. Siren Sounds, let's go over that. Beat was just okay.
Children's Dimetapp knows the sick day struggle is real. But it doesn't have to be. When sickness strikes, Children's Dimetapp works safely and quickly to relieve cough and other cold symptoms. And your kiddos won't run from its yuck-free sweet grape flavor. Trusted by parents for over 50 years. Children's Dimetapp, your stress-less sick day solution. Use as directed.
Faraday presenta Ojos con Alergia y Picazón contra el jardinero. Y el ganador es Faraday Extra Fuerte. Para aliviar la picazón de los ojos por alergia, actúa más rápido y supera a Claritin y Flonase aún a las 24 horas. Faraday, adelante.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
I didn't really like the hook that much. Verses are pretty good, but the instrumental is definitely lacking. So Siren Sounds, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Call My Bluff. I like the verses so much here. The vocals hit, the lyrics are so good too. I really love that beat switch at the end. I did not expect that beat switch. It was like 4 a.m. I was listening to this song. I was losing my mind at 4 a.m., You know how it is when you're up at 4 a.m. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this beat switch? And yeah, this song is fire. 4 out of 5 for sure. Better Than I Was. Man, how can you go from Call My Bluff, which had a beautiful beat switch, then you got Better Than I Was. Better Than I Was. The beat is so good. The chords, the electric guitar that you can hear in the back going crazy. Like, what the fuck? Those synths hit too. The drums are great too. The drums have switch ups and all that. Like, the verses are great, and the hook is so addicting here. This is an easy 5 out of 5. Guys, Tate McRae, so close to what? When we talk about this album, guys, and my voice is kind of dying, but I really enjoy this album. I think this is a fun pop album. It does kind of fall off a little bit at the end, but I think for having over 10 plus songs that went fucking crazy, man, this is a great album, great pop album. I think this is an easy top 2025 album for sure. Like, this is one of those where I'm like, yeah, this is fire. I'm excited to see what Tate McRae does in the future. We will be covering it for sure, guys. And overall, I really enjoyed this album. I'm going to give this album a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, what do you think about this album? Did you love this album? Did you hate this album? I don't know, let me know, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Man. Tate McRae, is so fire. Go support Tate McRae. If you want to support a new pop artist, guys, support Tate McRae. Tate McRae is so fire. Check it out. All right, guys. I'll see you later. You have a good one. Bye.